This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Kerry Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life. Yo. All right, listeners, we've got a little bit of shaved face. Is the hair freshly cut as well?
Mom, come on. I want to see
Oh, you want to see the dude? Okay, maybe he wants to see you too.
Of
Okay, hold
course
on
I
one
want
second.
to see you, Bean. Hi, Bean.
What are you doing?
Just hanging out. What are you doing? Oh, you got heels on again?
And I have tights on.
They're K-pop Demon Hunters-esque boots. The very high heels.
Demon Hunter-esque. What is that?
Dude, you know nothing.
I know nothing. It's true. She's right. I know nothing. I
One of these days we'll get you caught up
don't
on pop culture.
get too excited about that. I'm sure it won't happen.
So Mr. Noah here has a little more shaving in the face, listeners. He's got a little bit of cut in the back. You know, when your hair's short, you really do have to maintain that, huh?
This is so funny that the opening of our podcast, I feel like every single time is what does Noah look like today? What is his?
To be fair,
if we're gonna fully do it, let's fully do it. I've been told that this is a very like Valentine's Day look.
Oh yeah, he's got
And
pink
maroon.
and like maroon.
Like I'm all like pink and maroon and red, like lovey colors, which cool.
You know, me and Amanda never bring this much excitement with our look, so that's what you're here
Fair.
for.
Just for for all of our listeners and fans. Now it's who wonder what I do in fact look like, because people.
Oh yeah, we gotta get into this first.
There have been people have an image of what I look like in their heads, and it's so wrong.
Okay, first of all, listeners, I was trying to correct one of the listeners in saying that you are not, in fact, blonde-haired and blue-eyed, but that you're Israeli. And then I texted Noah, and he's like, I'm not Israeli. I was like, well, I swear you told me this when you first met me. I swear on a Bible.
I'm not blonde-haired. I am not blue eyes. I am a very tan German man. So yeah, I'm a dark-skinned, black-haired, brown-eyed, bearded man.
Yes. And also, same listener, like going down our text thread, was like, oh, thought he was a surfer dude.
I love that.
I was like,
what's really funny is that day, like, so, there were just like things that just like came up. That day I had been at the gym, and there was a guy at the gym that is like stereotypical surfer dude look, like curly blonde with brown, like underlay, like buff, had the whole like Australian surfer San Diego vibe, like the tank top with the like rip curl and the whole deal. And I was like, man, that is a surfer dude. And not even kidding you, like 2 hours later, I'm on Instagram and I see him on Instagram and he's like a surfer influencer. And I was like, that is so fucking funny.
it's kind of hard to do. Were you like on Venice Beach or something?
No, I was at LA Fitness.
That's weird.
So funny.
The algorithm's following you.
So funny.
In real life now.
Literally.
Okay, Noah, you cracked open a topic last week, and it happened in my
infected
life.
your world.
Like 100%. It infected my world. Noah, before I go into that, do you have any big updates for us this week?
Not necessarily. I sent in some social media proposal. I have some interviews next week set up. I'm not ending, but I'm ending the intensity of my diet this weekend.
Okay, why is that? Are you getting
Well, I hit 6 weeks. I've lost 13 pounds. I
don't know if you have 13 pounds to lose,
apparently
do you?
I did. But
Okay.
I look good. I'm just saying, I look good. Yeah, I feel like I bring up my father fairly regularly on this podcast at this point.
You do. He should be proud, because to have a son who likes to talk about him in such a favorable manner on a regular basis.
Would be shocked. Anyway, so I was talking to my dad, and we were talking about this thing that I did, and he was like, are you gonna keep doing it? Are you, what's your plan? And he used the phrase like, you should take a page from this. And I think that's a really like nice way of looking at it. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like be following the book, but I'm gonna take a page from the book. And, I'm gonna go back to sort of eating what I want to eat, but when I'm home and I'm cooking, which is like 90% of the time anyway, like I'm gonna keep doing this, and I might not be as strict with it, and I might not be like, oh, I gotta hold on, let me measure each grain of rice with my gram calculator. I might not do that quite as much, but just keep it up in a good way. What other updates do I have? I think that's pretty much it. Working on some social media clients, responding to possible interview things, and
Are you still bartending, by the way?
I am
or did
not.
You stop?
I'm not bartending. I'm just doing the events right now.
Okay. What was I going to say? By the way, I feel like I am full tilt into perimenopause now, because the brain fog has hit me, and apparently that's a huge part.
You don't think that's just part of owning several houses and moving constantly and running and having your water turned off and having a child who's running around in your heels and all that shit?
Honestly, no, because it is it's very specific how this symptom has come into my life. Like, it's not that I am like not with it. It's that I will lose a word in mid-sentence and I will not be able to catch it back. And I've never had that happen. Like, that's not like, no, like, not like this.
I have that all the fucking time.
But it's not like this. This is really strong. And it makes it hard to interview people. Like, I have to take notes because it will be gone out of my brain and I will not be able to catch it back. I've always been kind of like that, but like right now, and it was like drastic over the last couple weeks. It was like normal and then drop off a cliff. I have ideas gone. Thought is gone. So anyways, I talked to my friends, and a lot of them are my age, and same exact thing is happening to them. So in that way, I do think it is a symptom. And also, perimenopause and having a 5-year-old usually don't come at the same time, except for if you're me.
except if you're really lucky.
Except if you're soups lucky. Okay.
Speaking of interviews, I believe you have one to tell us about.
Okay, listen. I had a week, and it was a learning. Yes, I know. It was a learning week. I learned a lot. First of all, I dusted off my resume, and the good news, the things that I learned is, if I really want to go get a job here in San Antonio, I can get one. That is
awesome.
The good news. It's always something good to know.
Does that mean I should move to San Antonio so I can get a job? Okay, just kidding.
The thing is that thought number one, if you have gone through the LA hustle, like we like you are doing now, and like I had for so many years, I'm pretty sure that finding a job almost anywhere is going to feel like a walk in the park compared to that.
Ooh.
I do believe it. LA is it's like
That is such an interesting perspective.
I feel like I think you can get a job. Well, maybe not New York City. Maybe New York City and LA are in the same ballpark.
I'm gonna be honest.
But I feel like
I always had an easier time finding a job in New York than I did in LA.
No, but do you think that's because the time that it was?
Maybe.
Maybe like the job market's just different now. But over time, like for example, I was in LA for many years, and there was a whole like market crash right in the middle of it. So I could say over time that I had to deal with different externalities while I was trying to work there. But the LA cred really makes a difference, I think. Like, I'm trying to find a job in Pilates, and the person who trained me many years ago, she's one of the best teacher trainers in the world, and people follow her. So the people that are hiring me follow my teacher. And she's great. She's incredible at it. And, you know, I'm one of her, I don't know if we want to call it accolades. She's got many of them.
Yeah.
But, so here's the deal. I did Indeed, and then I spoke to you, and then I said to myself over the weekend, I don't know if I filled these things out optimally. And then I talked to one of my assistant at the Arium. She's an aerialist, but she's in her 20s. And I was talking to her about this, and she's like, look, AI takes the first hack at this. So the chances of you getting your resume seen, if you haven't optimally filled it in. For example, she's like, one of my friends has gotten really good at interviewing, like getting jobs on, like getting interviews, because she highlights all of the requirements and then cuts and pastes it somewhere into her resume so that the AI will pick it up.
Smart.
Yeah. And it just anywhere on the resume, and then the AI does it. And I was like, oh my God, I am too Gen X to make all that work. So on Monday, I went to the FedEx Kinko's and I print out paper. And I do like 3 different versions of it, because one is for stretch, one is for Pilates, and one is for personal training, and one is for group training. And I print them out and I start driving around the city on Monday morning.
I literally have a folder in my car with different
for dropping shit off.
Yes.
100%. Just like, oh, I'm sorry, Bean. I'm sorry. That was adult language. I apologize. Will you forgive me? I'm so sorry, Bean. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I start driving around, and I only drive around on Monday, and I get 2.5 interviews.
Nice.
Okay. So first interview, and I don't even care, because I feel like our podcast isn't big enough yet for me to get in trouble.
Fair.
So I have now a Zoom call scheduled the next day for Stretch Lab. Have you heard of Stretch Lab?
I want to say yes.
I'll explain it to you.
I want to say yes. It's in LA and New York, right?
Okay. It's everywhere. It's a franchise.
It's like Soul Cycle, but for stretching and Pilates?
Yes. Not even Pilates. It is assisted stretching, okay? So I'm not even convinced that I want to do assisted stretching. In my mind, to me, it's massage accepted stretching. And that the person is doing very little of the work, which to me is a little antithetical to the whole thing. I mean, call me a dance and circus purist, but it sounds little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously. It's like, it's
kind of bullshit. Sorry, guys. Kind of bullshit. Sorry, Bean. So, but I get, my resume, I have so much experience. And it's very specific experience. And you would think a place like Stretch Lab, I get flagged. So like I got flagged by the owner of all the studios in San Antonio. I got flagged. So I got an interview very easily. And I get on the phone with this guy, and he starts explaining this job to me. And I said, and I knew in my heart, like I was like, this isn't going to work for me. I said, sir, this feels like a really great job for me when I was right out of college. It really does. Like, I think it's like $22 an hour or something like that.
That sounds right.
And you're manually stretching people. So it's also only full time. They don't want a part-time person. And if they don't they really don't want part-time people. They want full-time people, and they want to give them a full-time job. And I said during the meeting, I was like, look, I don't want to waste your time. I don't think I'm the right candidate for this. And I give him the reasons. We keep talking, and he's he's a good guy to know here in San Antonio because he's in the fitness world and this and that. So we both decide that it might be worth it to go to a next interview. And then before the next interview, I get an email from him saying, thanks you for your time. I don't want to waste more of it. Like, I talked to my owners and we don't think this is the right fit either.
Yeah.
Because I told him, I was like, this hourly rate is probably not going to work for me. But I'll tell you right now that I will bring much more to the table than I'm going to take for sure. 100%. And so then he's like, okay, we have a non-compete. And I'm laughing because I'm like, why would I do assisted stretch anywhere? I don't even want to do assisted stretch there.
Why would I do that?
Like contortion and circus flexibility privates are not the same. Like I do not count that. So also there's other catches. You are required to go through a training program. It's about 40 hours. And then a 20-hour practical training where you're not getting paid. And so, anyways, I don't end up doing the second interview. And I think it's probably good for both parties that I didn't. But I also talked to one of my clients. She's like, be careful with them because they fired me and they just took my first paycheck to pay for the training.
Fired you where?
And so...
Where'd they fire you?
They didn't fire me. I'm talking about somebody else. Oh, I'm going to get so in trouble. Sorry, Stretch Lab. So, but the thing is, I'm sure it is a good job for somebody who has a kinesiology degree right out of college. I can imagine why it might be a good choice, versus like going into an Equinox type of thing and working 40 hours a week there. It's kind of equal, to be honest. She says this. So I wonder in the small print of the contract if it says if you get fired within a certain amount of time, we garnish your wages for your training, or if the training gets paid for by the masseuses, I'm going to call them, no matter what. I never got to that answer. But this is corporate. It is like, I also find out one of my friends owns 3 of them in Jersey. And he knows nothing about the fitness industry. It's just a good investment because these places are filling up.
Well, it's like the whole Soul Cycle. I mean, Soul Cycle, I feel like I don't see them very much anymore. But they were
they're still around.
Yeah, but they were like Starbucks.
Yes.
They were on every corner.
Agree.
It was crazy.
Okay, the difference with massage and something like this is that, if the person on the ground or on the table is doing very little, the amount of stretch you can actually give to them is very minimal because there's no tension on the other end of that muscle. So if you're stretching their hamstring and their hip is just coming off the ground, you're basically doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I
okay, we are such purists with this. We're circus people. Like
I get it. Listen, I get it. Okay, it's like, okay, it's kind of like hiring somebody sometimes it's nice to take a class, right? Sometimes it's nice to take a class, not because you necessarily need the class, but because it's nice to have somebody yell at you every once in a while, right? It's nice to have someone just like tell you what to do. And
you're saying the clients that how is that? I don't think you tell the client what to do. I think you're just gumbying them.
But but maybe it's just the physical equivalent of them, somebody telling you what to do.
I mean, they had this long-term like myofascia manipulation something. And I'm like, oh my God, what corporate board field tested and surveyed which words to put together? You know what I'm saying? To come up with this method. I mean, all good for, look, these franchise owners are probably killing
it. They're raking in money.
Raking it in. I personally am like, go do your thing, but so I went down that rabbit hole. Sorry, try not to get in trouble. But maybe this is how we're going to find out if people are really listening. Okay, so the second place.
You're just going to get angry calls. It's like, how could you talk about us like that?
I think that regular people would want to get stretched so passively. I think it might feel nice, right? But when I stretch somebody and I'm teaching somebody flexibility, it's to gain flexibility for them. That's not the goal of these sessions. I believe it is not the goal of the session. Different goal. And it kind of crosses over the line that I don't want to be in, because the line of athlete, or just these people aren't trying to be athletic. They're just trying to feel good in the moment. And that makes me a masseuse, basically. That's using stretch as a modality. Okay, so that was number one. Didn't have a second interview. Okay, so the one that I ended up turning down. So here's the thing, Noah. It is a very interesting position to be in, you and I, to turn down a job that you're both interested in and capable of doing and needing very badly, but you turn it down anyway because it doesn't make any freaking sense. And it's really a hard nut to crack in my head.
Yeah.
Because I am an adult with responsibilities that just turned down a job that I need. But I knew, basically, they'll do part-time for me, but they will not do less than that. So what that would mean is I drop being...
Is that bad?
And I'll tell you why I thought I could do it.
Got it.
Okay. From a very sterile standpoint, just thinking about it, I was like, I can pull that off. So I dropped being off at 7:45 for school, and it's rush hour. So for me to get to the gym, I would give myself for an hour of driving, and then I would start my first client at 9. I would work till 2. This is 5 days a week.
It's part-time, but it's 5 days a week?
5 days a week, 9 to 2 for me. That's what it would be. Then I would get Bean, and then I would be mom until I drove to the area to do my other job. That doesn't leave room for any meals before 2, unless I'm eating in my car. It doesn't leave room for all the things I do around this house, laundry, cooking, but most importantly, when am I running my business?
Yeah.
When the F am I running my business?
Yeah.
And can I tell you, maybe she's listening to this. This woman that runs the program over there, she's freaking rad. She's freaking rad. She was in Vegas for however many years because she did Le Rev, and then had an injury and had a kid, decided she was going to go full-time in Pilates. She started teaching Pilates. She was there, and now she's here. She's running the program. She set me up an interview where I was teaching all of her instructors at once for a group class, which I was like, do you do this for everybody? Because that's kind of maybe it's like two or three steps into the interview process, because, that's kind of a lot to coordinate, where all your teachers are there. So I was nervous because I was like, I hate instructing instructors. There's nothing to fix. And I'm just like, oh my God, it just feels like pressure. Yes, Bean. Oh, yes. I love these heels on you. Good job.
Unless it's me and we're just fooling around.
No, teachers that I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, I was so nervous just because they're instructors. And so I did the half an hour test of the class. I taught them. And she was just the raddest chick ever. I want to be her friend. I'm like, can we be friends? But she was explaining, she's like, no one does well in the commission structure here without doing at least part-time, full part-time. You're either 20 to 25 hours. She was saying 25 hours because it would be 5 hours a day for 5 days a week. But the thing is, to be full-time there, you only need to be 30 hours. So I'm just 5 hours away from getting health insurance. Yeah. If I were to do that. So anyways, she didn't get to she was ready to set me up with the general manager so I could do everything. And I went home. It was a Wednesday that I had the interview, and it was a noon interview. I got out of there at 2, got Bean, brought her gymnastics, got her food, came home, got ready for work. No, get her ready for the next day. Go to work. We're at another studio because there was a flood at our studio. So I'm dealing with separating some equipment that's not ours. So after class, I'm still there. I'm still there at 9 p.m. And then I get home, Noah, and everyone has waited for me for everything. She didn't want to eat until I got home. She didn't want to brush her teeth till I got home. Nothing. So I get this kid to bed. I go to bed. We start again at 6:30. I woke up. I was like, I can't do this. I will make it through a week or two, and then I will be like, something will go wrong.
You'll burn out.
And when am I doing all these videos? When am I doing my privates at Arium? Now they're shifted to the weekend.
Yeah.
This is the same thing you went through, right?
Yeah. Except mine was a fucking traffic bullshit with Irvine. Going down to Irvine, driving an hour and 45 minutes away every day. And, okay. I have a belief, and I'm certain people are going to fight me on this one. I don't think a part-time job is every day. Part-time job is not 5 days a week. Sorry. It ain't. Well,
it depends. I mean, it depends because a part-time job could be 2 days a week, but you're there for 8 to 12 hours for those 2 days. I think anything can be part-time that's like around 20 hours.
I guess, but I don't think a part-time job is something that requires you to be there 5 days a week. I think a part-time, even if it's 9 to 2, I think a part-time job is 3, maybe 4 days a week. Like, it cannot, like, 5 days a week, 30 hours a week, you might as well just fucking make it a full-time job.
It would have been 25 hours in and out the door.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, because I have to, I leave at 2. I'm there at 9, I leave at 2. No, it would be a little bit more because I have to, if I have a client at 9, I have to be there at 8:45 for sure. So you start adding those hours up.
And like, I worked for someone for a while, and I said to them, they hired me first day. They hired me as part-time. They were like, it'll be 20 to 25 hours. First day, I said, this is a full-time job. They were like, we'll see. When I started logging 30, 35 hours a week, every week, I was like, this is a full-time job. They were like, just keep doing what you're doing. And then I was like...
I mean, did you enjoy it? Did you like that job? Did you want to do it?
Sometimes. But,
all right.
Like, my point of it is, like, that's not part-time. That's not a part-time job. And when you're there 5 days a week, it's not a part-time job. And I shit you not, I left that job because I couldn't be there full-time. I couldn't be there for the amount of time that they were asking. The new person they hired, I think they were there for 2 weeks before they turned it into a full-time job. I was like, I told you this months ago. Like, why did you... And they posted it as a part-time job. They posted the job as a part-time job. I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, just be honest with the person that you're hiring. Like, we know.
Well, for that job, were you getting paid hourly?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were getting more money for the time that you were there, but you weren't supposed to be. Okay, kind of. So for this, eventually, I would be paid for my time, but I wish so badly that I could take that job and do it 3 days a week.
Yeah.
That I could do Monday, Wednesday,
But
Friday.
what is the logic behind not being able to do that for them?
So what she's saying is that over time, they have just seen that the people who are not there very much just aren't that successful at it because the way the commission structure is and how much you make on sales. Even if we allowed you to do that, we haven't seen people be successful at it that way because you call up the members of this gym and say, hey, we'd love to give you your consultation. And then they're like, oh, I would like to do it on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Yeah, I'm not there.
Yeah, commission operates a little bit differently. I do understand that.
I mean, there still is an hourly, but it's like that's the potential to make a lot of money in a job like that. But to be honest, Noah, that job would be perfect for the version of Kerry that was a true mom, stay-at-home mom. It would be, I want to work while my kid is exactly in school and we'll go home together and stay there together. Yeah. That is not what I do. I have another part-time job, which is my, I want to be an aerialist with the side of Pilates, not like a Pilates teacher with the side of aerial. And that's what it would become.
Right. Very different. Very different thing.
Very different. Very different. Where's my creative time?
Yeah.
Like gone. Me and my partner are both on the same page. And I do think there are other options out there for me. They don't necessarily look amazing. Like I could go and get like group fitness jobs and just teach random classes here and there.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to do that, I might as well just hustle and get private clients at the Arium because it pays more.
Yeah.
Like a private circus private is way better money than if I go teach like a one-off like bar class somewhere.
Right.
So I feel like when the idea of turning down a job at this point in my life, it just feels like I'm being slightly irresponsible, but I know that it is not functional. Like I won't be able to sustain that.
Yeah.
And then I'm wrecking a relationship that I actually feel like is important. That relationship that I built very little, just the one day,
Yeah. I think it's a hard thing. Like I'm having a version of this issue right now because I got a job at a restaurant. It's not an exciting job. It's not a great job. It's a small nothing job. And it's kind of like, okay, well, it's going to take up a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Time consuming. Yep.
I need a job. I need the money.
Yep.
I'm applying for other jobs. Hopefully one of those jobs works out. If one of those jobs works out, I'm probably going to drop this other one. Do I hold out for the one that I'm hoping for or looking for? Or do I take this for the time being and then am I screwing them over by just doing the training or what? There's so many different versions of this, and like, I don't want to leave somebody in the dust. I don't want to make somebody feel like they
wasted their time.
They wasted their time. Yeah. I don't want to feel like I wasted my time either. But it's a tough thing when you like need the job and you need the money.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you're still looking for other things. You're not like, this is the one. I think this is another like conversation of envying the 9-to-5 and envying the people who like, who are lawyers or doctors or whatever. And they just like know, like, this is my field. This is what I do. I applied for this job. That's what I'm doing. As opposed to people like us who are like, I do 17 different things and I applied for 45 different kinds of positions. And like, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what to pick, but it starts to get fuzzy.
Can I tell you there's one silver lining, maybe two.
Yeah.
Doing something and being very active to learn and put myself in a position where there might be opportunity and then I can make choices about it did a lot to decrease my anxiety.
Yeah.
It actually did. Doing something helps that. Because I feel like, okay, so I learned that I could get a job if I am really, really in need.
Yeah.
Like I can get a job. And number two, it made me more confident that I could stay the course.
Yeah.
With my original set goals.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to see like and look around to be like, okay, what is happening? What's the rates here and there? What would I be making if I was over there and I, committed to that?
Yeah.
Because I have a very good like situation. It's not LA. You have to like getting people in an aerial studio is not that easy if they've never tried it before.
Yeah. It's a whole different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it really depends where you are, but LA, it's so funny. The things that like become easier in some places and harder in others.
And then harder in others. Yeah, because living in LA is very hard, but like getting students to pay out the butthole for aerial class when they can't afford it is quite easy.
And it definitely makes you feel a certain way about like being in certain places. It's like, oh well, great. I guess I could just go there and it'll work. And then you go there and you're like, it's not working, or what? Like it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
And I'm like, I have a skill set. I want to use and abuse it. I want to use the skill set as much as I can during the week.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah.
Because in the place that I'm at, it's probably another year until feeling like those classes are like super robust.
Yeah.
And then it'll go up and down because people run out of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then these other places, they would love to have me, but they won't allow me to work 10 hours there. Okay. I would love to work 10 hours there. And I told her, yes, Bean.
Who's the cutest in this house?
You are the cutest. She wants to know who the cutest person in the house was. Wow. Okay.
Obviously. That's, she even has to ask.
Yeah. You're fishing, Bean. Anyways, but I can't work 10 hours there. And actually, Equinox is different because they bring you on and you can set your whole schedule. There's no minimum. You just don't make as much money.
Maybe I should start. Maybe I should start working at
Equinox. I mean, you definitely could try that. I mean, there is flexibility. So at the end of this week, I literally said to Asa, I was like, maybe going back to the original question at hand, I should just do some Uber Eats because unlike him, I have time that I want to fill, but I don't want to commit to anything. And so maybe, but then your car starts to, and then I start like, I'm in the car too much. My hips are going to get effed up for like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah. Stay the course, maybe. Maybe it's just stay the course. I pulled off, I'd like to proudly say I pulled off four produced and posted YouTube videos, long form videos this week.
Wow.
Even with all of these interviewing mess and like all the stuff that was actually taking so much of my time this week. So I was like, ouch, Bean, ouch. I can pull this off. What I do love about YouTube is that I put it up there and even if it's not getting tons of views, every time I check, there's more.
Yeah.
And it feels like I will get somewhere with it. With Instagram, it has made me quite depressed to even be looking on my Instagram recently, which is why Noah, I had texted Noah in the middle of the week.
I've had some good ones on Instagram. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my God. No, it's making me depressed. I've actually I was like, oh my God, this is not working this week. I just need to like do something else and come back to it next week.
And Instagram's been pretty good for me recently.
Yeah. What happened?
Did you
go viral again?
No, but my one that did go viral keeps getting like second wins and third wins.
Oh,
like 2.8 million views. Like
ooh, this is so good.
And like not for nothing, but like some of the like dumb stitches that I've been doing, it's not a ton of views, nothing like that, but like I feel like I'm seeing more consistency with like more than 1,500 or 2,000 views or whatever.
That's good.
And it's just that's nice to know that like we're sort of out of the hundreds when it comes to those kinds of pieces of content.
I mean, 2.8 million, that's a lot of eyeballs on your brand.
It's a massive amount of eyeballs. And that could be part of my, I guess, update that I didn't really talk about today is I had like marketing meetings for Red Flags this week. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of talking about eyeballs and just getting, like, we met with a digital media company for ads and things like that. And it's fucking eyeballs, man. It's such a blessing and a curse. Like, it's like,
oh my God, it is such a blessing.
You gotta pay so much for it, but at the same time, like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I forget who I was talking to, but they were talking about like the ads. Oh, I know who it was. We were talking about like the way that they had done marketing as a startup, and they were like, yeah, I mean, there were times where we would spend like 150 grand on like an influencer posting something, and we would get like 9 leads. Like we would get like
Oy, oy,
fucking
oy.
nothing. But then we'd spend like 20 grand on somebody, and like most of our clients or most of our users would come from that. And it's like you just never know. Like you're just, this is how much money we have. This is what we're gonna like. This is what we're gonna use, and we're gonna spray and pray, and try and cover as much as we can. And it's such a,
There's a semen joke in there somewhere.
I'm sure there is. But yeah, it's just like it's such a wild thing. It's such a wild experience. But
Okay, so after our conversation, what was making me depressed about social media is that more and more so when I just scroll through, I'm just hitting viral video after viral video and people's viral videos. And it's making me like it was
and they're crap.
legitimately what yes, and it was legitimately bringing my mental health down like social media does for many people. But I noticed it after a couple days. I was like, because I was focused on getting eyeballs.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if I try to post something right now, I'm not even in a good place. It's not going to be funny. Like I have to be in a good mood.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, oh goodness.
I've been like really trying to not overthink it. Like as much as I possibly can.
good.
Like yesterday I posted something. I saw the video. I was like, I'm gonna make the stitch right now. I'm gonna respond right now. I did it immediately. I posted it and I was like, done. It's out of my head. It's gone.
Well, if I'm sending a video that I've stitched to you to check it like homework, then I'm overthinking it.
I think what you did. Listen, okay, this is gonna come out so fucked. I so apologize.
No, you said to me it was just a little bit like I have to get to the point sooner, and I agreed.
Right. And what I'm gonna say that I'm gonna apologize for in advance is like, I think you need that feedback. You need that I don't think that's an overthinking thing. I know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm 48 and I don't
about the fact that like when you get mad at me because I'm just like, I pull it up and I'm just like naturally charismatic or whatever, and you're like, Noah, fuck you. Like, why? How come I can't do that? Some people are like that and some people aren't. But
it's okay. I'm okay not to have that skill set. I'm all right.
But like, I think what you did was, I think the outline of it was really great, and that's why I gave you the feedback on it of like,
right. It was just the execution of it.
Arrive at the, how do you do this with man parts?
Faster.
First. Like, if your hook, like, let's think about it from the like social media marketing standpoint. If your hook is you watching the video going, and the first thing you say is, how do you do that with your man parts? Suddenly people are like, what the fuck is she talking about? I want to know more. If you start with, okay, so here's what I want to talk about. People are like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm moving on. But if you start with, how do you do that with your man parts? It's much more poppy, which is...
Well, and I think that's why I sent it to you, because I was like, I wasn't feeling it either. I was like, oh, I'm trying too hard with this.
Yeah.
So I sent it to him and he gave me feedback, and then I was like, oh, I'm so depressed with social media this week. I'm going to deal with this next week.
So did you redo it? Did you redo it or no?
Not yet. I will.
Okay.
I will.
Because
I want to try to do these things without doing stuff on the air.
Personally, I think I think that video is really funny. And I think that people will enjoy that video when it, has that sort of that backdrop to it.
Yeah, and then like just punch it at the top and then I'm out.
100%. Like I think that topic of like, how do you do aerial with your man parts? Like that is a very standard topic. Like I can tell you from experience, I have been through that my whole life.
Listeners, the move is astronaut.
Yeah.
So it's just like the double wheel down through your crotch, and it's like okay. I will make a point to do one of the 2 assignments this week. I'll put my anxiety, depression aside to do this because, I mean, also I'm just mad that I'm doing it. I'm like, why?
I know.
And I know the answer. I'm like, why is my arrow not enough?
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I know. We're all in that same place.
Well, like, why am I even doing this?
But I genuinely, I thought it was funny. I thought it just needed like tightening, shorter, more to the point right away. But it was, I mean, yeah, that you could do that for so many things.
Well, like, yeah, and this is what I'm thinking too. I know this.
We used to do that in class. Like, you'd teach something and you'd look at me and you'd be like, how do I teach that better for dudes? And we'd talk about it and we'd go through it. I mean, one of the primary one from aerial that I always think about is opposite side dive. Opposite side dive.
Yeah, because there's a crisscross underneath.
It is the worst thing for dudes. Like, it's awful. And I remember, like, the skill set that I learned in order to be able to do those. And, you know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But if you have at least the knowledge of how it should work, it's way more helpful than just like, I hope you can have kids later. You know, it's, you know, stick your junk through the hole that you've created with the fabric.
So listeners, basically Noah is saying, it's okay, Kerry, that you're not as good at stitching as I am, but it's okay because I'm here for you.
That is kind of what I'm saying, and I apologize for that. I apologize for it immediately. It just we all have our strengths.
Listen.
No, I gotta tell Noah.
Okay, what do you want to tell him?
Noah, Mommy's here for me, not for you.
I'm here for her.
What'd he say?
She's there for you and I'm here for her.
What'd he say?
Okay, let me say this though. No,
What'd he say?
he says that I am here for you and that he is here for us.
What? That's what my poopa's for. My poopa takes care of me and Mommy. So you are the dude.
Okay, Bean, go. I gotta finish this. I'll say this. Listeners, I don't feel so bad because if Noah wasn't as good at stitching, then he wouldn't have 2.8 million views on something. So he's not just better at something than Kerry.
I'm not just pulling
He's better at something. He's better at something than probably most of the population, and I can be okay with that.
I disagree. I think that is total dumb luck, and yeah, I just get lucky sometimes.
Well, also, I do think that, like, I have a friend who is in real estate, and he has a social media company doing all of his content. Mm-hmm. He films it, and they edit it. And the reason why it works so well is because there's somebody who is not the person who's so close to the content.
Right, they're not tied to it.
They're just tightening it and tightening it, and he spends a lot of money on it. It's tightening and tightening it.
It's one of the things that I tell people to do. Like, it's one of the selling points that I give for my own.
Oh yeah, this is another reason I shouldn't feel bad. This is a business for you. You do it.
Yeah, that's
as a job.
That's true. Literally, I do this as a job. So yeah.
Okay, and then one other thing that I wanted to say is, with my anxiety and everything, I feel like this week of interviewing, I got so sick of all the things that I was trying to do for my business that I was like, maybe it'll just be easier if I do a job that somebody gives me money for. And then I learned this week that isn't necessarily the case. Like, there's just no easy fix.
Yeah.
There's not an easy fix to the not the problem that I have, but the puzzle that I have.
There rarely is.
I know.
Rare.
Where's the golden ticket, Noah? What the F?
Yeah, why can't we just win the lottery? What's the fucking problem?
And also, I am a Gen Xer. If I think that I'm going to be so naturally good at some of the things that I'm trying to do
That's not a
with technology right
that's
now.
not a Gen X thing. I think there's just certain people who have that, and you're one of them, and that's fine. It's totally fine.
I think that Noah is trying to be nice, but not nice to me all at once.
No. It's just a thing. It's just a thing, and it's totally fine. And that's it. That's it. Like you're just one of those people who you're like, yeah, I'm just naturally good at things. Toss. Which is fine.
What?
I listen.
You mean
I have that too with some things. I'm like, there's certain things that I'm like, obviously I'm gonna be great at that thing. And then when I'm not, I'm super disappointed. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? Why isn't this working? What happened to me?
the best part, Amanda, where are you? Is that Amanda's getting all these texts too, and she does not have the time.
She's not responding.
She does not have the time to respond to any of my. Can you check my homework?
She does.
Can you check my homework on this?
She does not care about what we were talking about right now. She's like, I am driving from point A to point B. I am talking to a student. I am doing my homework. Leave me alone a little bit.
Well, she did leave us one message this week. It said, I will not be available for 3 weeks.
It's true. Well, where is she?
Well, she had Fire and Flight. Oh, and then she's in Tennessee. Oh, because I'm coming to LA at the end of the month, and both of these
But not the end of the month. Oh, yeah, the end of the month.
Yeah, 27th, 28th, and September. Both these mofos are not available to do anything with me. So I'm not mad at it because I just dropped those dates on their asses.
I do apologize for that.
I mean, your father can only be born on one day a year, and it had to be that same day.
So it's his 70th birthday, and
that's a big deal.
It's gonna be a big party, but you're only here for like a night.
I know.
If you were here for longer, I'd be like, great, like let's go do something. But you were
no,
like, I'm available
like one
for
night.
these 2 hours, and I was like, okay, Kerry, that's not gonna work.
I'm available on the Saturday night between 8 and 10.
Yeah. For all of our listeners who live in LA, Kerry's available for 2 hours on Saturday night.
And that's if I'm not deciding that I'm too tired.
Right. Yeah, that was the other hilarious part of that text. You were like, that's only if I'm awake. For the record, I still might not do that because I might not be awake.
Well, I'm also going to be teaching in Thousand Oaks, which is not close. It's an hour away from where I'm staying. I'm staying in Silmar at the Dangle House. Shout out to the Dangle House. Tanya Holt. And I'm going to be teaching workshops. And then I'm going to go back to Dangle House and teach a workshop. And then I'm flying back to teach my classes on Monday night.
Where are you teaching?
Dangle House. It's Tanya Holt's space up in Silmar.
No, in Thousand Oaks. Where are you teaching in Thousand Oaks?
Oh, I'm teaching Amanda's competition kids. I got this job through her.
Oh,
shout out Amanda.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
She's out of town.
She's definitely not going to be here.
That's funny. I did not put 2 and 2 together on that one.
I did get, technically I got that job from this podcast though.
Oh yeah.
Because they wouldn't have just asked Amanda for a referral. They want me because they've been listening to me talk SHIT on this podcast for now the entire year.
I mean, I get it.
Bean?
That's how, we talked about last week how you shouldn't hire through Instagram. You should hire through podcasts though.
There you go.
What time are you done?
I think right now, unless Noah has any more knowledge to drop on us.
I mean, I have probably less knowledge at the start than I did now. So, that's where we're at.
Oh my God, I'm sweating in here. Why does there no AC come into this closet?
I'm
Here.
fine.
Hi, Bean.
Bye, dude.
Bye, dude.
I'm a dude.
Bye, dudette.
You're a dude.
You're a dudette.
No, I'm not. I am my own person, and you are not taking care of me and mommy. My papa can't handle a dude.
I'm wondering if I should take the SHIT talking out about that one place I didn't end up working. I really don't think they're listening, but I guess you never know. Crossing those fingers. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Bye. Have a great week.
Why
That was
did you
cute.
do that?
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram and at Noah Doc on Instagram, as well as Red Flags app. And me, Kerry Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world, that are blazing their way through new businesses, and just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.